Hey everyone, so today we're going to review everything from the second half of Unit 4 because we will be having a test over this tomorrow. So all we've done on this part of the unit is we've been graphing inequalities, finding their solution set, and then graphing systems of inequalities. So for this review and for the test tomorrow, you are definitely going to need to use a graphing calculator. I put a link to Desmos right here, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it and open it in a separate tab. That way it's there waiting for me when I need it. And let's get started. Okay, so this first question says, which of the following systems of inequalities matches the graph below? So let's start with the blue one. So when you want to figure out what the equation is to this line, the first thing I notice is that it's crossing the y-axis at 4. So no matter what the equation is, it's going to have plus 4 at the end. Okay, but now I want to know the slope of that line. So I need a second point. So I'm just going to kind of look down that line and see if I can find a perfect point. Looks like about right here. And we're going to count rise over run. So it goes up 1, 2, 3. And it goes across 1. Remember that slope is rise over run. So the 3 needs to be on top. 1 would be on the bottom. So it would just be regular 3x. So if you look at your answer choices, that already cancels out these two because those have 1/3. Okay, so let's continue writing that. So y would go here, but now I need to figure out what symbol am I going to use. So if you take a look at that line is a solid line. So it's going to have the underline. And then if I put my pencil somewhere on the line, if I want to go to the shaded part, I have to go up. So that means it's shaded above. So I need a greater than symbol. So greater than or equal to. And between my two choices, I could already tell that this one is going to be my answer because that's the one that has it correctly with the correct symbol. But just so that we can practice a little bit more, I want to look at the red one also. So that one goes through plus 1. Then if I want to find slope, I need another point. So right here looks good. And I go up 1 and over 1, 2. So the slope is 1/2 x. And if I want to know what symbol goes, it's a dashed line and it's shaded below. So that would be less than. And if you look at those two choices, both of them have it. So that means that this one right here is our correct answer. So I'm going to go ahead and click that one. And let's go to the next question. Let's erase everything that I have. Okay, so for this one, it says, which of the following is the solution set to the system of inequalities? And then it gives us our system. So for this one, honestly, you could do it by hand if you want to. There is a way. But we have our graphing calculator. So it's going to be a lot easier just to go straight into the graphing calculator. I already have the tab open there at the top. So I'm going to type this in. X plus 3y is greater than 3. X plus 3y is greater than 3. So there's my first one. I'm going to press enter. And now let's type in the second one. 2x minus 3y is less than or equal to 6. 2x minus 3y is less than or equal to 6. So that's what my picture should look like. It's blue on the left, purple on top, and then red on the side. And then make sure that the lines are correct. So solid line and then dashed line. Let's look at our answer choices. So if I'm comparing it to my picture here, I am pretty sure that it's this answer right here. So it goes blue, purple, then pink. So blue, purple, then pink. All the other ones, it's colored in the wrong spot. Okay, so see how easy that was? You just have to type it in and match it up. Let's go to the next one. which ordered pair is in the solution set of y is greater than 2x minus 3? So what we can do is you can get these. These are always x comma y, and you can plug them in for x and y here and see if it comes out true or false. But I think an easier way is going to be to graph this inequality. So I'm going to go back to my graphing calculator. Let's erase what we have. And let's type in that new one. Y is greater than 2x minus 3. Okay, so that's my inequality. But now I want to test to see which one of these points is in the solution set. So remember these points, 2 comma 1. I am going to go press enter, and you could actually type that in, 2 comma 1. So this lands right on top of the line. Does that count as part of the solution? Do y'all remember? So it depends. I'm going to make that point a little bit bigger. It depends. If this was a solid line, then yes, it counts as part of the solution. But since it's a dotted line, it does not count. So over here, I already know that that first point is not my answer, so I'm going to scratch it off. So it's not that one. Let's go to the next one, 7 comma negative 2. So I'm going to fix this, 7 comma negative 2. Okay, so then that one is in the white part. That's completely away from it. So again, this is not a solution. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to cancel out that one. Let's look at the next one, 5 comma 1. Again, that's in the white part. It's not shaded in. It's not a solution. So I know my answer has to be this, but just in case, let's test it out. Negative 2 comma negative 4. And see that? It's in the shaded in part. So yes, that counts as the solution, which means that the answer is this last one. So I'm going to click it and let's go to the next one. Okay, the graph of 2x minus 4y equals 8 is shown on the grid. Which ordered pair is in the solution set of 2x minus 4y is greater than or equal to 8? And then it gives us our points. So see on here, it's just a line. It only has the equal sign. But what they're saying is if I were to change that equal sign to a greater than or equal sign, which one of these points is going to be in the solution set? So same as the one that we just did, I can just graph this and then graph all my points, see which one lands in the shaded in area. So 2x minus 4y is greater than or equal to 8. 2x minus 4y is greater than or equal to 8. Right? Okay, so ignore that point. That's from the previous problem. Let's start by typing these. So 3 comma 2. So in the white part, cannot possibly be that one. I am going to scratch that one off. Next one is 0, 4. Again, that's in the white part. It's not shaded in. So that can't be a solution either. So scratch that one off. What about 4 comma 0? Okay, so this one lands right on top of the line. Does it count as part of the solution when it's right on the border? Well, this one is a solid line, so I think the answer is yes. So I'm pretty sure that that's my answer, but I'm going to test the last one anyways, just in case. So 2 comma 3. Nope, it's in the white part. So we were right. The answer is going to be C. So let's select that one and keep going. Then this one says, which graph best represents the solution set of 2x is greater than 4y plus 8? So when we did it in class, I showed you guys that you want to have the y all by itself. So you would start by moving this 2x to the other side and moving this 4y over here. So that would be negative 4y. is greater than negative 2x plus 8. Sorry, I'm using my mouse. It's kind of hard to write. And then we would divide everything by negative 4. And when you divide by a negative, the sign flips. So that becomes y is less than 1/2 x plus 4. But honestly, all of this is a lot of work. You didn't need to do all that work because we have a graphing calculator. So it's going to be a lot easier to just graph it and see what happens. So 2x is greater than 4y plus 8. Greater than 4y plus 8. Okay, so this is what my graph should look like. I should have a dotted line and it should be shaded in underneath. So dotted line shaded in underneath. It looks like that's the only one. So that's a solid line, solid line. This one is a dashed line, but it's colored in on the wrong side. So it has to be that one. Easy peasy, right? Let's look at the next one. How many solutions does each graph of a system of equations represent? So remember, solutions are where the lines cross. So if I look at this first one, those lines are parallel. They're never going to cross. So that one has no solution. This second one, they're not touching in this picture, like I can't see them touch, but they're also not parallel. If I were to have a bigger graph, if it were to keep going, I know that that red line would kind of keep going in that direction, and this blue line would keep going this direction, and eventually they would cross. So just because we can't actually see it doesn't mean that they're not going to. So you just have to make sure that they're not parallel. So for this second one, that one has one solution. This one here, I can see it crossing just right there. So again, one solution. And this last one, it looks like it's only one line, but you see how it's purple and it's a little bit thicker than the other ones? It's because it's two lines right on top of each other. So when that happens, we say that there's infinite solutions. Okay, and then our last problem says there are a total of 7 red and blue marbles in a bag. And they even give you the equation for that. R plus B is equal to 7. Then it says there is one less blue marble than there are red marbles. And then again, here's our equation. They were nice and they gave it to us. How many of each color marble are in the bag? So if you want to, you could graph on Desmos. The only problem is you have to use X and Y. But they were nice enough to already give a picture of this thing. So all we have to do is read the graph. So I can tell that they're crossing right here. So if I follow this down, it's at the 3, and this part is blue. So for blue marbles, I know that there's 3 of them. And then if I follow it the other direction, so let's go this way, it's at 4 for red marbles. So right here. So you just have to be able to read your graph and see where they intersect. And that's it. So that's the entire review, guys. That's pretty close to what your test is going to look like tomorrow. So as you can see, it's mainly just using Desmos. Once you are good with using Desmos, you should be good with everything else that's on the test. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. And have a nice day.